Nigeria's premier national platform dedicated to dialogue, learning, and coordination on safety gas use, known as Gas Safety Conference, had successfully organized 2025 summit for its members in Abuja. Speaking on the importance of the conference, some of the participants have this to say.
I am saying that for us to actually do it correctly in Nigeria, we must have a formidable front. So I have asked all companies that are doing safety training in Nigeria to come and regularize with the Institute of Safety Professionals of Nigeria so that we can actually accredit them and know if they are what they are giving to Nigerians as training, to know what they are teaching Nigerians, and know the kind of certification they are giving to Nigerians. Because the ISPON Act 2014 says that if your name is not on our membership list as an ISPON member, you cannot practice safety in Nigeria or call yourself a safety professional. So for you to be a safety professional, you must be registered with ISPON as an ISPON member. That is what the law says. And the ISPON Act actually allows us as ISPON members, that is what I'm driving right now, that we should actually go and collaborate with government institutions and institutions of higher learning to propagate safety in this country. And that ISPON should set standards for the practice of safety in Nigeria. That is what I'm working with. I'm not working with any other thing. Once we set standards of practice in this country, we have a single register of all ISPON members. We have a register of those that are safety professionals in Nigeria. Then you find the issue of having quacks in our sites and our workplaces a thing of the past. We don't want quacks because safety is not a play issue. It's a serious business. It takes care of life, the environment, and properties. And we want to ensure that we have a safer Nigeria and a much more better Nigeria. I'm also a very strong advocate. That is why I'm urging that I want to see the minister and even have an audience with the president of this country, my amiable president, Ahmed Tinubu, because we need to put safety training in our curriculum in this country to ensure that we catch them young, not just when they graduate from university, you start training them. Let us put it in our curriculum. In primary and secondary school, there be serious safety training and serious safety classes for our students, so that when they grow old, as my scripture told me, that they will not depart from those things that learned in their times of their youth.
Wow.
So we are actually working with that, and that's what we are doing in this country, Nigeria.
Space and also the oil and gas industry. Due to the importance of safety, I think this conference has brought stakeholders together for us to discuss the way forward to see how we can improve on the safety of gas handling, gas storage, transmission, irrespective of the space that you find yourself. So the major take-home message is one, we should find a way to harmonize all the regulations that we have around gas safety. We believe there are so many regulations considering we have different regulatory authorities. And another takeaway is that we must find a way of cascading safety information to all stakeholders. That's a key takeaway.
I enjoyed the plenary section, basically the plenary section with our regulators, the NHDPRA, our NURPC, ISPON. I like the conversation around institutionalizing SON, institutionalizing safety, and actually having more training centers, more training hubs, and get safety professionals certified to ISPON. So it was a very, very good, nice plenary section. That's also a very good take home for everyone. Doing business in Nigeria basically has been tough for everyone, we all know. But for organizations such as ours, because the country is going to, there's a shift in gas-led economy.
Yeah.
So it's a bit stable for the gas sector compared to other organizations here. You see challenges. We have internal and external issues for the organization. Look at the threats. Look at threats the organization is facing. We look at FX issues and so on and so forth. So these are general challenges. Basically, I need to clarify. I'm just a safety person, so I'm not a business person. So if you're asking this kind of question, know that
a great conference is a gathering that brings key stakeholders, from the regulators to the operators, the media, the general public, emphasizing on the need for safety, throughout the gas value chain. Given the fact that Nigeria is transiting to natural gas is a transition fuel. We have a lot of gas. Nigeria is more of a gas nation, maybe an oil nation, so we need to utilize our gas resources, basically in driving domestic utilization of gas. In doing so, we need to do it in a very safe and sustainable manner. That's what we do. I would like to differ from my opinion. A lot has been done in terms of safety. If you look at the regulations, we have backing by the provisions of the Petroleum Industry Act, gazetted a number of safety regulations across the value chain, and particularly in respect to both gas development, gas processing, and the distribution of the gas, and also the usage of the gas in the end use, whether it's gas to power, gas-based industries, or in the auto gas utilization, or utilizing the gas in having cooking fuel in our house. So there's been a lot of regulations, there's been a lot of guidelines, there's been a lot of policy in that regard. But most importantly, I think, is awareness. So we're also driving that awareness. We're working collaboratively with key stakeholders, the media, basically, the Federal Ministry of Information and Culture, and National Orientation, the National Orientation Agency in particular. We're working with them to make sure that we drive that awareness. Those end users, Nigerians, are aware of the dangers that are inherent with gas, and also the procedures and the processes for the safe utilization of this gas, whether in our house or in our cars.
Number of regulations pursuant to the Act, the Petroleum Industry Act, which invariably allows the stakeholders to come together, the right to regulations, the whole workshop, and a number of activities to make sure that the industry stakeholders are all carried along to be part of the regulation. Like, we believe that self-regulation is the best. The industry knows what to do, and then they are also following up with all the activities that they need to do to ensure that incidents don't happen, because we don't want incidents to happen in the industry. Especially now that gas is coming, it's high pressure, a lot of pressure, so we need the industry to align with us as government regulators to ensure that the gas sector is well regulated and is covered, so that we have less number of incidents, sensitization, and all that we need to put in place. And that's what this session is all about. The usage of gas has come up. The CNG gas, number of that are coming up right now. So if we need, what he was talking about, gas scarcity, was that there are enough points, loading points for the industry users to get enough. So he was trying to say, if we want to embrace gas utilization in the industry, then we have to make provision for a number of stations, just like you have petrol filling stations, we have kerosene and all those stations. So we have to have enough of that all over the country, not just in selected cities like Lagos, Abuja, and Port Harcourt, but it's also thought to be in everywhere, so that industry that the users will have access to gas at any time they need. That's what we talk about, gas scarcity. So if we don't have enough of production, enough of places, off-takers, enough to be able to give to the industry, to the user, then it will be very difficult for them to be able to have, so that you can realize the gas master plan that is on ground, which allows us to use this gas.
I think it's coming at the right time, especially now that the country is pushing and driving the expansion and usage of CNG. It's important that all stakeholders put their hands on deck, ensure that the right things are done to ensure safe usage and proper adoption of CNG. We hope that beyond today, we'll be able to build on what has been done today, ensure that we involve a lot more stakeholders, as you could hear from the sessions, and work closely to have a very safe and efficient industry. And the summary is that it's safety first, safety of life and property before anything else. And as Nigeria declared a decade of gas, we want to ensure that gas is promoted in a very safe way. Adoption will depend on how safe we are able to build the industry. Secondly, it was hammered that industry stakeholders should collaborate more, ensure that no one is left behind, work together to ensure we build a very good and safe industry.
The 2025 Gas Safety Conference brought together regulators, industry operators, public institutions, and safety professionals who showcase different kinds of technologies at the event. Augustus Oche Ifene, Entv, Abuja.